good afternoon, lucky people. This is Captain Omar coming to you from my garage, showing you some of the tackle we use. Of course, here's all of our Sixgill rods and reels. That's the majority of what's there. It's just, they're great tackle. You got to go give them a look, and especially when they have their buy one get one rod and reel combos. That's pretty hard to beat. You can't beat that price for such great equipment. Over here is my tackle station. Now, this is kind of where I do my brainstorming, what I'm going to use and how I'm going to use it. And if you'll notice, a lot of these tackle boxes are all the same size. Well, in my tackle bag, I can just simply switch out the box that I want to use for that day, depending on the technique and species. And it just makes it so much faster and so much easier just to switch gears and go to something else. Of course, the boat already has a lot of tackle loaded on it in various storage places, but you know, it's good to have those extra little tips, extra little things that you might want separate so you can switch them out a little easier. Anyway, it works for me, and hopefully that's a good tip for you as well. Okay, now we moved out here into the driveway. Because of the fact I've just got so much stuff, there's no way I can have it all in the garage and show it to you. And you might hear a little extra noise, but I apologize for that. But anyway, first off, we have an extra ice chest. I've got ice chests galore, but having an extra ice chest for extra ice for yourself or your clients is always a good idea this time of year. You never know when that extra bag of ice is going to make a difference for yourself as far as comfort goes or keeping things cool and fresh. It's just a good idea to have an extra place to put it if you do need it. I got, of course, some extra towels here. Wipe my hands down, wipe the boat down, whatever may need to be done. You always want to have some extra towels on the boat. Somewhere, it just makes sense to have that available. One of the biggest things that we've been using lately, for myself especially, has been this splasher motor. And that is a splasher prop that I get from Guyline bait tanks. And you can see how it's formed a cup on either end, and it makes a good splashing sound. It sounds like the fish schooling on top, and it will actually draw fish under your boat and hold them under there. It's just a simple 24-volt Minn Kota trolling motor with that prop on it. I have an extra battery located on the boat that I can plug it into, and when I get positioned, I go ahead and turn it on. It's in the water, turn it on, and it starts splashing, and you'll be surprised how many fish it will bring under the boat and hold into the boat. And then I have my bait tank, which is also made by Guyline. It has an 800 gallon per hour pump in it. And you've got to have enough pump to keep the water circulating at a fair rate and keep it oxygenated for shad especially. Shad die very easily. This is something that I thought of, and rather than spend the money on someone else's contraption, I just went ahead and bought a large funnel, okay? And I put that funnel whenever I'm catching bait. You'll notice I have my bait bucket with my net in it, but I'll put that funnel on top of that bucket, and it just gives me a much larger surface area, as you can see, to dump that bait in, so I'm not having to pick up stray baits all over my deck of my boat. So just something to think about. A little tip and a little pointer there that I use has really helped me over the years. And then, of course, you look up here. This is what's called a drift sock. It folds out into a large cone, heavy-duty plastic, and it has a lead rope and a lead float, so you can kind of tell where the drift sock is in relationship to your boat. It has a couple of different cords. One of them is a dump cord. So when you get ready to move somewhere else, you just pull the net in, pull that dump cord, and dumps the water out, so you're not having to try and pick that funnel up full of water. But this is really key when you're trying to drift through an area where you know there's fish, but you're trying to present that bait to as large an area as possible and get bit more. So if fish are scattered out, this is a good way to catch them. And then right next to that, we have some Danko pliers and Danko knives. The Danko knife set was given to me by my good friend Junior Espinoza. He's a great guy, and he's fished with me quite a bit. And by the way, Junior, those pliers that are pink, those are Debbie's, not mine, just so you know. And so next we have a really good technique for this time of year. It's called down rigging. And I've been using Alabama rigs and doing really well with down rigging for the stripers and hybrids. It has a release clip. It has two 10-pound balls. And when those fish are stratified because of the thermocline at, say, 17 to 19 feet, it makes it real simple to keep that bait right there in the strike zone for a longer period of time. and you can really cover a lot of water and look in a lot of places fairly quickly for fish and find out if they're active or not. And then I have what I call my electronics bag, and it's really simply just a large camera bag that I have my electronics in. But I know if you're like me, you spend a lot of money on electronics you put on your boat, so you need something to protect them, keep them from sliding around in the truck. And this is what I use. I've also got my binos in there, and I tell people all the time, if you're going to spend money anywhere on your boat, your electronics and your optics will make the difference catching fish for sure. And then I have my Daiwa tackle bag, which I absolutely love. It's a great bag. It's got lots of storage on it. I got this at Front and Sun at the tackle show earlier this year, and you can see it holds 4 large boxes and 4 smaller boxes. And again, that's just what I'm talking about, modularity. I can take any bait box out I want and put another one in out of the tackle area, and it makes it so much easier to switch techniques and switch species fairly quickly. You can see that I am a firm believer in RSR lures. Just about every one of those you see there is an RSR bait or a Rapala bait. So just something to think about. It just makes it easy. Also, you know, I've got some soft plastics in one box, and in another box I like this. I've got all my scent attractants and my cleaners that I might use on the boat itself to clean my lenses for my binoculars or my glasses or my screens for my depth finders. So it's just really a handy way to have everything stored. And then I've got my Frog Togs rain suit with the jacket, of course. It's something you don't think about till you need it, but I always have an extra rain jacket in the truck or in the boat, and I always try to have extras for my clients too, because they don't always remember to bring them. But just something, you always want to be prepared. The old Boy Scout motto of always be prepared is really true, especially out on the water in Texas. And then I have what's called a chili pad, also made by Frog Tog, and that thing is awesome. You get some water on it, it cools off. It's very cooling. Lots of times when we're done cleaning fish, we'll put that over our neck or over our shoulders while we're cleaning them, so that heat isn't quite as oppressive. So those have made a difference sometimes. People being able to stay out, being able to cool them off and get them hydrated makes a huge difference. And this is what's called an inverter, and I use this a lot. I never know, or I should say I do know, what type of electricity I'm going to have available to me at the lakes, different lakes that I fish. And sometimes having that extra option of being able to go battery powered and then plug in a 110 knife, it really helps me out. You know, you just always want to have as many options as I can, and I also want to have redundant systems, because things unfortunately wear out and you're not sure when that's going to happen. So being able to switch gears and go to something else really helps me out a lot. And then I have a electronics tray, which has connectors and electrical tape and different types of pliers and shrink tubing and a lighter. So if something goes wrong electrically on my boat that I can fix, I have the ability to get in there and fix it. And so this is something else that you probably want to have available to you. Just a thought, just to help you be able to have your day go well and be able to save your day if something goes wrong. And next we have our bucket with our bags. We have Lucky the Irish bags that we bag your fish up in, or you can put it in quart bags, different size bags, depending on how you want your fish prepared to go ahead and cook. When you do get home, we'll have it ready for you. And then over here we have our bucket with our extra trash bags, so that we can go ahead, if we don't have the ability to throw the fish in the lake, we've got a place we can actually double bag it. They're scented bags, so you don't get that smell in the dumpster to attract raccoons and cats and things like that to make a mess. We always try to think of the people downstream of us every chance we get. And then we've got our extra 5-gallon buckets for either transporting fish or whatever we may need them for. 5-gallon buckets are a fisherman's lifeline, I'll tell you that right now. And the last thing I want to show you is we have a cleaning table and we have fresh water, because again, we're really not sure what we're going to have available to us at the facility, or if we know, then we're prepared to go ahead and clean your fish very easily and have fresh water on them to rinse them, so that when you get them home, They are ready there for you to cook. Really hope you enjoyed this video. Everybody, again, just a real quick report on Grapevine. We'll have a few photos afterwards. Grapevine, the water level is awesome. The water condition is awesome. The lake is really in great shape going into this fall and winter. And the fishing is fantastic. We had 2 boats out this week, Captain Don and Captain Bradley, just a couple of trips, but neither trip kept fish, but they caught between, say, 70 and 100 fish each boat, each trip. And right now the fish are schooling on top some, so you've got to kind of keep the binoculars out and keep them handy. And when they're not on top schooling, you really need to use your electronics to find them. We're casting out the RSR slabs, or the Do-It Shad, or the Irish minnow, and we're letting it get down to about where we think the fish are, and then say a count of 5 to 10, and then reeling it back through the fish, and catching a lot of fish doing it that way. I have not yet tried the MAL lure, but I'll try that real soon. See how that works for us when the fish are like that as well. It should work really, really well. And but really right now it's a game of watching the fish breaking the surface, and also then looking for fish on or near structure. A lot of fish are suspended out in deeper water, so you're going to want to look there as well. Grapevine has tons of structure for the size lake it is, and there is just a ton of fish in there right now that are hungry and they're looking to feed, and it's a great time. You never know either too. Be ready. I mean, we've been catching 1 or 2 good-sized catfish just about every trip. So when you hook one of those, be sure to take your time and fight them. Let them run when they want to run, and then gain line whenever you can. So we really appreciate you watching our videos. Thank you so much. If you don't mind, we could really use some support. So make some comments. Tell us what you want to see, and we will do our best to make sure we get those types of videos done for you. The ones that are going to interest you, they're going to help you become better fishermen. Thank you for watching. Have a great day. Thank you for watching this video. We hope you liked it, and if you did, smash the like button. Then go ahead and subscribe to our channel if you're not already, so we can get you more information in the future. And finally, share this video so that the word can get out about Luck of the Irish. Thank you.